Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today I'm begging for money.
Money, please.
I thought I'd cut to the chase. So basically I want to buy a new PC. I need to be honest. And I need to do it soon, because I need to pre-order it, because you can't just buy things anymore. No, all electronics are stuff you have to pre-order now. You have to pre-order a build, which sucks, because thanks to bitcoins and pandemics, it's a terrible mix. It's a terrible mix that makes graphics cards really expensive and rare, which are my two favourite things when I need to replace components in a hurry. So anyway, so I'm getting a new PC because this one is becoming really unreliable. Like, really unreliable. So I haven't moaned about it, because I haven't wanted to ruin anyone's experience. Although I do often have a bit of a moan. You know, it's been too hot lately. That's a good one. It's too bloody hot lately. I'm recording this, I think. Let's see. It's 10:15 in the evening now, which is earlier than I have been recording lately. Actually, it's actually a cooler evening than most that I've had to deal with recently. So anyway, yes, not that though. Computer die. Computer be dead. Not yet, but getting there. It's unreliable now. It keeps I'll be midway through recording, or sometimes at the tail end of recording an episode, and then kaput. You know, restarts. I have to start again. So I then have to put on a brave face, pretend I don't know what's happening, because, you know, I'm trying to make it entertaining. If I started every episode, sometimes I have had to point out, okay guys, full disclosure, I've seen all this before. But yeah, recently that's been happening a lot, and it's not good. It's not good at all. Warhammer 3 is coming out by the end of the year, and I want to make sure I have a reliable machine for then, or else you're going to get half as many episodes, frankly. And that's if things stay at the current pace. With, you know, this PC getting just suffering the wear and tear, basically. It's only a sort of 2.5 years old, the PC, and the graphics card is 2 years old. And that was afforded thanks to you guys in the past. It was thanks to me shouting out, saying, "Hi guys, I'm taking Patreon more seriously. Can you support this stuff? We'll think about getting a new graphics card." And you guys just came through for me in such a huge way. I ended up getting a 2080 Ti, which is nuts. But unfortunately, that now means that I kind of need to hold that standard, don't I? So you guys have done this to me. Now I have to spend, well, £2,500 on a PC, thanks to me not wanting to get just an identical machine. It's got to be a bit of an upgrade, or else, like, what's the point, right? I want this to last a good couple of years. As well, this new machine, so it needs to be a bit of an upgrade from this one, right? But also, graphics cards cost twice as much as they're supposed to lately. Yeah, you guys have set a really high standard, set a really high bar previously. Also, I don't pay VAT, so actually it's like a $3,000 computer, more like. So yeah, it's going to be a hell of a machine, but the one I'm currently using is a hell of a machine, but unfortunately no machine can be running at like 110% for 2 years straight. YouTubers really do bully the crap out of their systems. And I have done usual maintenance, you know, get all the dust out, and I've repaired Windows, and, you know, I know how to look after my machine. I know when I have to sort of go nuclear, but frankly, it's just wear and tear. So if I'm not, you know, I'm playing stuff on ultra settings all the time, which is usually quite a lot, but I'm also recording in 2K 60 FPS while playing that. That is ludicrously demanding of a system. You know, both your GPU and CPU. It's incredibly taxing to be doing that. And your hard drives, frankly. I record at such high quality, the file size is gigantic. I probably have about, I don't know, like 2 terabytes a month just saved and deleted. Probably more than that now, actually. That I tend to do 2 episodes a day most of the time. So yeah, probably maybe 3 terabytes a month, probably a terabyte a week, just cycling through my SSD. It's not good for it. It's not good for it. So yeah, it's nuts, the amount of wear and tear. And then obviously if I'm not recording, then I'm rendering footage. You know, I've got my editing software, you know, rendering out that footage, and that just turns all the dials up to 11. So yeah, it's nuts. The amount of wear and tear that a YouTuber's machine goes through is way above what any normal consumer would rightly use their computer for. So it's yeah, that unreliability though. Normally, if I just had a game crash, like whatever, load an autosave, I'll just play, I'll just carry on, right? The odd PC crashing is not really a problem, but if it's like, oh, I've lost an hour of work, you know, it's not so good, is it? It's that can't happen, frankly, and especially when I'm trying to put on a sort of an enthusiastic face, you know. I want to be enthusiastic about the stuff I play, and I wouldn't still be playing, you know, like Warhammer and things on the channel if I wasn't still enthusiastic about it. But no one in their right mind, unless you're completely insane, is enthusiastic about playing the same, like, battle 2 or 3 times because your computer keeps crashing while you're trying to record that episode, right? That's not something that is conducive to making good content. So yeah, so when Warhammer 3 comes out, I can't have that. I simply can't have that, because I want to get as much content out for you guys as high quality as possible, with as much enthusiasm as possible, and that simply won't happen if my PC keeps getting worse. And the fact is, I have to pre-order a new PC. I can't just buy one. You know, I've got to pre-order it. Just pandemics and Bitcoin make for just terrible bedfellows. So unfortunately, there's just such a shortage of parts, I need to pre-order it. So I need to do it now. So normally, right, my Patreon money goes towards buying that sort of stuff, but I just simply don't have enough sat in reserve for that, right? I just don't. I need a lot of money suddenly for a big PC. It's a big cost all at once. And I don't have the time to save up, frankly, you know? I don't have the time to save up. So basically what I'm going to be doing is spending all my savings. So I would prefer not to have to spend all my savings, because I need those to live. This month has been a great month because there's been a new release, but when there's not a new release, I barely subsist. Like, I'm broke. I need the good months to ride out the bad. That's the only way that I can survive. That's YouTube. That's just YouTube. So I'd rather not have to spend all my savings on a new PC. But I would like to get a new PC, and I would like it to be a decent caliber, you know, that you guys are used to. So I feel like I'm starting to go around in circles, but it could be because I've already recorded all of this once already, but I was kind of nervous about doing it, and I left my microphone on the stand, like up in the ceiling. I've got an arm here. Look, it's on an arm, and I had it up there, not in the recording position. So the whole footage was pointless, so I had to do it again, and now I don't know what I've said and what I haven't, and I'm still a bit nervous about it, because I don't really like asking for money. I like to be self-sufficient. But yeah, I figure that you guys have come through for me before, so maybe you will again. No pressure. But, oh, how can you support me? That's a good question. Thanks for asking that. So, Patreon is the best place for it, honestly. I get a great cut from Patreon. They only take about 5%, or like I lose about 5% through them and through the payment system that I use for it, for like exchange rates and bank transfers and all that nonsense. So that's pretty damn good. That's where I get my possibly biggest cut. I don't know about Nexus yet, because I haven't got a payment from them yet, because I've been having to sort out a bunch of tax nonsense. So I haven't been paid from them yet, but I'm pretty sure I get, like, I think it's just the transfer fee that comes out of it. Maybe not even that, but I can't say for certain. Exchange rates might screw me. I really don't know, but I do know that it's not going to be a huge cost either. So if you don't like Patreon, you can always go to nexus.gg/Janet. Any like Sega or Paradox game is available there, mostly not region locked, but it turns out that Sega are being a bit funny giving them keys for stuff at the moment, because the shop only sells in USD, and they don't want to sell things that aren't priced in USD out of USD. It's a mess, but whatever. There might be a game on there or a DLC that costs a couple of quid, and then you can leave a tip, you know? So that's a nice way to support. But yeah, Patreon I think is the easiest one. It's the easiest one to go, alright, yep, that's how much money we got to. That I know is like you guys like purposely going, yes, get the PC with this money. So, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's not a bad way to do it. If you want to do a one-off payment, well, that's a bit of an issue with Patreon, because it leaves a bit more work for you guys. You'd have to then cancel, because you can sign up monthly. But if you just want to do it the one time, you just do it the one time, and then cancel afterwards. But sadly, you can't just do a one-off donation, which I think is weird that they still haven't implemented that. But I don't know. I guess they're just sort of hoping that people forget about it and leave it running, and they can profit from that. It just seems a bit scummy. I'm sure that's not why it is. I'm sure there's a bunch of ridiculous things. I don't know how finance works, but whatever the case, I get the best cut out of that. So it seems most, kind to content creators. Also, I need some water because it's really hot in here. I don't know if I'd mentioned. It is really bloody hot. So anyway, yeah, so that's it really. Nexus or Patreon are good ways to support me. I would say YouTube. You could become a member or something, but it doesn't stretch half as far because YouTube takes a huge cut. They take like 30 or 40% from any money that you give me through YouTube, and they don't tell people about it, which just, it gets on my nerves so much. I wish they were upfront about that. If they're going to take a big cut, like, fair enough, them taking their cut. They've got to pay for all the servers that I'm filling up with 3 terabytes a month worth of crap, right? But they should tell people, where the money's going. So, but they don't. So, you can become a member, and I'll get about 2/3 of it. So it won't stretch as far as if you use Patreon or Nexus, sadly. But I think that's about it. That's about all I can say, really. Apart from thank you, both in advance and for the previous few years, honestly. You guys have been hella supportive, and some of you have been subscribed to my channel for so long, and I still see you crop up. It's really wonderful to see. The support from some of you guys has been just incredible. I honestly can't understand how I have kept you interested in the channel for this long. I know, right? I probably shouldn't say that, but I'm so glad that I can still entertain you after all this time, a lot of you. And for anyone new to the channel, welcome. I hope you find joy here, as long as I continue to make joy. It's a weird thing to say. I'm not very good at this. I'm still a bit nervous, honestly. I don't like asking for money. But anyway, please give me money. Brilliant. But yeah, thank you to everyone, especially a bunch of you guys buying things on Nexus lately and leaving me tips. Really generous, whether you left tips or not. In fact, it really helps out. It really helps keep things running, that is going towards the PC, and it's really made a good dent in it. So thank you so much for that. It's God, yeah, amazing. It's amazing to see. I'm even on a leaderboard for Nexus, which is amazing, like a sales leaderboard this month, because of how many of you bought the latest Warhammer DLC. It's amazing. So anyway, thank you. Also, let me know if you guys want to be credited in the credits at the end of my videos if you buy stuff on Nexus, because I put all my patrons and members in there, which I feel is sort of expected, but I hadn't really thought about Nexus, because a lot of people just buy stuff on Nexus under their real name but don't necessarily think they're going to be part of a video. I feel like maybe I should probably explain that, or maybe just from now on I put them in the video, or maybe have a policy of if you don't want to be at the end of a video, just put your name as anonymous, because you get to say your own name, but I don't know whether to include you guys or not, because I don't really want to include you guys if you don't want to be highlighted somewhere. So it's a bit of a weird one, and I can't really get in touch with you guys case by case. So it's a bit of an odd one, but I guess the short the short version of this is thank you so much for supporting. There we go. I thanked you now. So but yeah, I'd like to thank you in other ways. On the channel, it's not a lot. I kind of want everyone to get access to everything, so I don't really like the idea of exclusive stuff, really, because I want everyone to enjoy everything, and if you enjoy it, then maybe you want to support it. It's that kind of thing, that kind of situation. But anyway, so I need a new PC. I've talked for 14 minutes, partly because I don't know if I've covered everything or not, because I've already done this video once. So just assume that I've said give me money, put it on Patreon, and thank you so much, and I love you all, and here's to another however many years I've been doing this again. Brilliant. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.
Money, please! Money, please.